What's up, folks? This is Gray here, and today we're looking at the Oukitel P2001. It's a 2,000 watt portable power station. And folks, this thing has checked off all the boxes for me. This is quite the most intriguing power station that I've ever reviewed. It's just what they've packed into this thing here is truly impressive. Basically, you got 2,000 watt hours, right? On the AC side of things, you have 2,000 watts with a surge of 4,000. Second of all, it has a BMS, which is a battery management system that protects the unit itself in all different kinds of ways. We'll go over that. Also, it has an uninterruptible power supply. So if you have a power outage and this thing is plugged into your wall, and let's say your refrigerator or whatever, electronic, your freezer or whatnot is plugged into this, within 10 milliseconds, this thing is going to click over and you're going to be running off this power supply right here. That's amazing, folks. All built into this unit. Second of all, what else it is? It is lithium iron phosphate. That's one of the best kind of battery chemistries there is out in the market. Also, what I like about this, when it comes to powering this unit, it doesn't have a brick. It's from AC to AC, which is truly amazing. Just because it's just a single cord, which I really, really like about this unit. Also, I like these dust covers. Very beneficial. It keeps all the crap out, you know what I mean? If you're using your chop saw or something like that out, that's going to protect from dust and all kinds of nasty stuff getting in here. What else can I say about this thing? 3,500 life cycles, folks. That means 3,500 life cycles. 3,500 cycles basically means that if you charge this thing from zero, or go down, you power this thing down from 100% to 0%, every single day, that's 5.5 years. That means if you were to do that every single day, that's 5.5 years. And then after that, you have about an 80% efficiency rate. Now, that being said, think about that. Will you be doing that every day in an emergency preparedness situation, or be using this as a backup power supply to power that fridge, to power that freezer, and so on and so forth? So this thing would truly last quite some time. Another positive thing for this, 2-year warranty. I like that aspect as well. And their customer service is pretty phenomenal. Easy to get a hold of. They'll give you a call back. Very impressed with this thing, folks. So let's go ahead and dive into this thing. We're going to look at the front of it. We're going to look at the side of it. We're going to look at the top of it, what comes with it. And we're going to go through all that. I think you guys will be truly impressed with this. And the price point, folks, that's the key thing. Price point for something like this, you would think, maybe 2,100 bucks, maybe, 1,700 bucks. It's actually right around, last time I saw, and this is not without a discount code or nothing, $14.99. $14.99 for everything that I just listed off. Now, if you look at other power supplies, there's all different kinds of other issues. Some of them have this big brick. Some of them are very noisy. Some of them don't have that UPS, that uninterruptible power supply. They don't have proper BMS management. This thing is pretty phenomenal. Once I get up and close and personal and kind of show you the screen and all the little nifty gadgets and stuff like that, I'll also follow into some testing. All right, folks, so let's do this. Let's get into this little unit here. Well, it's not little. It's about 48 pounds, but it has some nice things to pick it up with and whatnot. Not too bad. It also has these rubber feet on the back, so you don't scratch anything up. So I think that's kind of cool. As like I said, you got some stuff on here. So these metal things that you can pick it up with. Pretty awesome unit. All right, so let's get into the review. Real quick, I forgot to add 2 other things that are very impressive about this unit. Supercharging. So when you plug this into your wall to charge this unit, this thing charges within 2 hours. From 0% to 100% in 2 hours. Technically, they state about 1.8 hours, but I'm going to say 2 hours. So within 2 hours, you can go from 0 to 100% on this unit. Basically, when you go from your wall, it's going to be pushing 1,100 watts into this unit to charge this unit. Now, you can't dual charge this unit, with 1,600 watts. Basically, you have option to do some DC to DC or your solar panels on the side and run a power cord to it. You can go up to, I think, about 1,600 watts. 1,600 watts to charge this unit. That's super fast charging, folks. In an emergency, you want things to become accessible quickly and be able to bring this back into the game extremely fast. So within 2 hours, folks, this thing will go from 0 to 100% charged or less, depending on how you got it charged. And there's, like I said, you can charge it 4 different ways as well, but we'll get into that. But I wanted to add that in there as well because I almost forgot. All right, now we can get into the review. All right, folks, so here is the front of the unit here, a nice little close look. And we'll move from left to right, kind of like how we do in most of these units here. You won't be able to see the screen due to the glare, but I'll get up close to that and when we get up and talk about the screen here. Anyways, like I said, I really like these dust covers here that kind of protects the inside of these units here. And again, that is your cigarette adapter, and then there's your XT60 right there. And you know, this thing comes with all those adapters, and I'll show you them here in a second. Again, your two 12-volt barrel adapters. And look, folks, this is super easy. Super easy. You're going to just turn that right there. This is how you turn these sections on. And you can see those lights come on there, right? Whoops, that's the light there. We don't need to go there yet. But anyways, you guys see how those lights are on. Basically, what activates that section there. Anyways, moving on here, like I said, you have your two 5-volt 2.4 USB-A's. Then you have two quick charge USB-A's as well. Then we have, like I said, the two Type-C's is what I like to call them. Everybody has their name for them, but these are each 100 watts. And again, just to activate this section, you can just push these buttons here. And what I really like, you see this power button? Here's a huge thing, folks. There's not too many units out there that have a illuminated power button. What I like about that power button is if it's at nighttime, you can see this unit, and it's easy to see if you want to shut it off. You can just push that button, but it's nice and it's always backlit, so I like that aspect. Again, like I said, that's the light. It's you know, some people might use it for certain different things. For me personally, you know, an SOS, and then you have a strobe. But I can see the instances. Imagine this with a device this size, this light would probably last you an eternity. All right, so let's get up close to the screen here so that you can get a closer look at that, and we can go into what's on the screen and how it corresponds to what here. But before we move into the screen, I want to go to the side of this unit on both sides and kind of show you what you get there as well. All right, so here is your pure sine wave AC output, man. Like I said, pure sine wave, a lot of you folks know what that. People have done a lot of testing. I've watched other reviews on this product here, and it's a verified pure sine wave, which protects your electronics tremendously. As you can see here, you're getting 6 of these outputs. To me, this is phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal that you get 6 outputs. And I like the placement. Instead of being on the front of the unit, I like that the place is on the side so that I can run cords out from here moving forward there. And like I said, just to turn this on, you can push that there. And that's going to activate that AC section here where you have all your plugs at there. Very cool. Anyways, just so you guys are probably noticing these 2 fans, it does have 4 fans, 1 on each side in regards to keeping the device cool when you're pushing it really hard. Moving on to the other side. All right, so here is your inputs. These are going to be your input. This is going to be your AC input here, and this is going to be for your solar panels. And I'm going to show you how you can connect this here because this unit has a nice cool feature that I want to show you as well. Anyways, like I said, 1100 watts supercharged. This is phenomenal, folks. 0 to 100% in less than 2 hours. If you're in a situation where you're in an emergency and you need this aspect, this is going to be a lifesaver that you can charge this unit to full strength within under 2 hours. There's not many units out there that do that. Also, again, like I said, you can use 500 watts here in regards to using solar or any other DC connection through there via, let's say you have a power inverter or something like that and you're trying to power it through a DC to DC kind of connection there. But very cool. And of course up here it does have an overload protection button that you can use, and again the other 2 fans that I was discussing earlier. Okay folks, so here's the screen here. I like how simple this screen is, but how informative it is as well. Just to kind of give you an idea what I mean by that is, okay, so here you have where it says discharge remaining. So that lets you know how many hours that you have left depending on what you're doing, right? Also, then moving on to the power ring, it kind of gives you how it charges the battery. I think that's very nice. And then you have your current input and your current output, which is quite interesting. And also your AC frequency. It will go from 60 to 50 hertz depending on your where you live at and whatnot. And of course, this is your pure sine wave location right here. Now, I want to show you something. When you push these buttons, when I turn things on, be it the light and other parts of this unit, you're going to see these things pop up. These little icons that kind of tell you what is activated. So as I turn them off, right here's the light button, right? So if I turn that light button off, that goes off, right? If I turn the AC off, you're going to see, whoops, did I get that one right? Move it on to the USB, that went out, and then you're going to see your DC, and that went out. So it covers all these things here. So whenever you activate something, they pop up. See how there's 3 of them there? That is your XT60. Those are your barrels, and then of course your cigarette adapter right there. So when you turn those off, that kind of powers that down. And then again, what I meant to say earlier is, once you turn off the AC adapter or the AC side of things, all those icons are gone. So if I'm just using the AC and I turn that on, that shows me that I'm using my AC pure sine wave adapter on the right hand side. Very convenient, very easy to read. I think it's quite intriguing. And then when you're charging, and I'll show you, I can show that again, it'll say supercharging right here. If you have it plugged in, it'll show you a plugged in adapter is here. A lot of cool different things. If you have things plugged into it, it'll show you all the different things, be it if you're using your USB type C's and whatnot. All these things will light up so that you know what is being charged on the screen. All right, so moving to the top of this unit here, you have two nice metal hand holders there to kind of lift this thing up and carry it. Again, I said it's roughly about 48 pounds. But this is that little component thing. And here's what I really like about this, folks, is that it keeps all your connections in there. So basically, if you have your DC connector there, which I said has XT60 plug on there, as you can see that, it has your adapter for your solar panels in there with another the XT60, and then of course your power adapter. Now, if you notice one thing with this whole situation here, there is no brick. It's built inside of the unit, so you don't have to. And like I said, you can just close that up, and then you're good from there. And one of the last things I show you before we get into testing and all that fun stuff like that, this is kind of your little booklet here, your user manual. It's pretty simple, just to kind of give you an idea. It has all your information in there that you can look through. It explains everything pretty well, how much wattage and what they're capable of and all that stuff like that. Very easy to read, if you noticed. You know, some people say that sometimes they get manuals and they're just so confusing, but this basically is super easy to read. All right, folks, so what I want to add to this before we wrap this video up is I want to show you real quick how the UPS system works. Basically, that's the uninterruptible power supply. So basically, when the unit's plugged into the wall, if you lose power, the unit's going to take over and feed your appliances or whatever you have hooked to it. What I'm going to have hooked to it is a portable AC unit, which is a roll around, is which I call it, which you guys have seen in previous videos. And I'm also going to plug in a portable freezer / refrigerator. I'll be doing a review on that here soon enough. Anyways, I want to show you that if your power goes out, how the Oukitel 2000 watt power station will just within 10 milliseconds take over and keep your devices powered. All right, folks, for this little quick test, I want to show you the UPS system on this device, which is an uninterruptible power supply. I have a portable AC unit, and I have a portable freezer / refrigerator unit, and review will be coming on that eventually. It's pretty cool. Anyways, as you can see, the unit is plugged into the wall, and everything is plugged into the AC side of things. I can lift that up for you guys to see. What we're going to do is unplug this unit from the wall and see if there's any hiccups from the freezer and the portable AC. So let's go ahead and unplug the unit. Look at that. The unit simultaneously is still running, and move over here to the AC, still running that at 62 degrees, and still running this at 0 degrees. There was little to no transition on the way this thing handled it. Pretty impressive, folks. Pretty impressive. All right, folks, so this is going to go ahead and wrap up this review video of the Oukitel 2000 watt portable power supply. I would love to hear from you guys in the comment section in regards to your thoughts. What do you think of the price point? What do you think of the features of this device? Do you have something like it? You know, just that kind of general correspondence with you, my viewers, because I'd love to hear that feedback from you. You know, just trying to do things a little different in regards to giving you the ideas of what you can use for emergency preparedness, be it something as a power outage or something far worse. So again, all the links provided for this company will be down below. I implore you as my viewers to go down below, click on the links down there, do a little follow-up research on your own, look at the specifications in case I missed anything, and give it a look over and compare the pricing structure for something of this nature versus the other things that are out there in the market. I think you'd be truly impressed. This is something that if you don't have the funds for it right now, it's something that you might want to save up for, folks, because this can truly come in handy for many multitude of situations. Other than that, this is GreyMan. I'm out. I'll see you guys in a rebound. Don't forget, folks, you're not alone. Be safe out there. God bless.